All right, so I'm just going to show you guys how I set up my Arrows L-39 Albatros, and this works also for the T-33. I set them both exactly the same using the same model. I'm going to be running 4S and obviously the TX16S. I haven't had a chance to fly this, but I do have the Hobby King L-39, the special limited edition one. And the reason this one's shiny is because I did put some hobby coat on it, which makes the foam a little harder to dent, and it does work very well. I didn't apply it on the bottom, even though you would think that's where it needs it. I was just a little too lazy, but I will get around to that. And it doesn't add any weight at all, supposedly. I don't feel that it's any heavier, but very light coat. But anyway, I also did the magnet on here instead of gluing it, so that way it just pops right off. And I'm running a Race Day Quads. It's an old lipo I have from my old FPV drone, so we'll just connect this and we'll get started here. So I am using the ER4, which is all you really need for this plane if you're flying Radio Link, or excuse me, Radio Master. And that's the little gyro, the vector gyro comes with. I did put some glue there, some E6000, just to hold these things from flexing around and popping off the joints, and I did secure it with some silicone, but the receiver I just put some double tape, and then I'm running the antenna. Believe it or not, it runs along, like on the inside, it folds down and around this little foam part. It's hard to do with one hand here, but it's right underneath the wing. It comes up from the top down and around up to here, and I like slit a line in the foam and put the antenna in there, so the antenna is actually facing straight forward. So hopefully that helps with keeping it away from all these wires, and I shouldn't have any issues, but again, I have not tested it yet. All right, so I'm just getting in here. I have the wrong plane here, so we'll just go in, manage models, and we want to get over to the L-39 and select. And yes, we want to throttle cut, flaps up, low rate, gear down. There we go. It should at any moment bind, I hope. Can't get it to, oh. Did it bind? All right, so that was weird. It didn't bind there for a second, but now I got it bound. And just wanted to show you how I got it set up. It's hard to show you guys because I've only got two arms. One of them is using the radio. But, so we have the gyro. You see the gyro is lit up. That means, I believe it's just under stabilization, which if we move it, you can hear it. But if we hold it upside down, it doesn't do anything. It's just stabilization mode. And if I have this set up so that all I do is flick a switch and put the auto leveling, which I only use for emergencies if I lose orientation or something like that. And when you flick it, this turns green here, but it's not turning on because I have it set up to the arm switch. So the arm switch has to be on. And you can see now safe is on, or the auto level. It's not really safe. And it's green. It's hard to see here with the camera, but that is green there. And if I flick it off, it should turn white. Yep. And then it shuts it off. Flick it back on, and it's on. And as you can see, now it's working. I'm not really going to go through the whole setup. I'm just going to show you where all the switches are set up. And all you got to do is just copy off that. Just so you can see everything's working. Elevator, throttle. And I have the throttle where, let's say you have the throttle on or off, right? And you lift it. If it's not in zero, it won't actually let you throttle up by mistake unless you go all the way back down. See? So what we want to do is get into the model through the model button. move over to logical switches. So this is my whole setup for the plane. So we just want to screen capture that or something. Do I have more than 6 here? No, they're just 6. So you could just take a look at that, how I have it set up. Okay, and then we're just going to back out of here a second. And then we're going to move over, oops, to the special functions. I paused there for a sec because I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to show you guys. But the special functions I have set up is to play the track when you flick the switch. So this is how it's set up for the special functions. Your L numbers are going to be different if you have other stuff set up. So try to keep that in mind when you set it up. Don't know if I'm confusing you guys more doing it this way. You might want to start with a fresh model. And then this would be for the off or the safe on, excuse me. And then I believe this is for the throttle switch, the arm switch. Okay. And I just have a reset timer, which it resets when you turn the throttle switch off. You don't really need to use this one here if you want to reset it a different way. And again, your thing may differ, but at least those special functions gets you to what I have it set at. To be able to use a gauge here to have that turn green when you have the auto level on, if you're going to bother using that. Or you can even set it up for just the off, like an off gyro and on stabilization and no auto leveling. You can just do that however you want. I did find that this, with this little 1300 here, pushed all the way back to as far as it goes, I get perfect CG. It's a 1300. So I don't really have space to go any further than that. Well, actually, there's a tiny little bit. I didn't realize that. Maybe I got hung up against something pushing this in. But there is about a finger's width there. But yeah, I can't wait to fly this plane, guys. No rudder. This is just a bank and yank, or yank and bank, bank and yank. But that's it, guys. That's my setup for this plane.